in this video, I'm going to talk about the current National Health Policy, which was launched by the government in the year 2017. So this National Health Policy focuses on the universal healthcare for all. Before making this video, what I did a small research on my Instagram. I asked people what they feel, like what sense they have in terms of the current health facilities provided by the government or the private bodies and what ideally should be done. So few of them, it's good for the rich and bad for the poor. It's spit hole for those who are lying below the poverty line or those in the middle class or in the lower class, because now they are not able to get the same access to quality healthcare which is being given to the rich. People said private bodies are charging excessively for small tests. It should be privatized because they give you quality healthcare services, which in my feel is definitely not good for those who are living in the rural areas or those who are in the lower categories, because they cannot access the same those healthcare facilities because they charge too much. So ideally, private public partnership or something else is an intervention which could be required. Also, in this video, I have gone one step forward. I asked few people what they feel about the current health state and about the national health policy. Let's have a look.
Bringing it down to this number or actually reducing the incidence of certain disease and everything, but they haven't said like what incentive are they going to give to the existing healthcare providers, whether it is doctors, nurses, paramedics or any such people, in terms of how would they be incentivized to work harder to achieve those targets. Now that is not something which is specified. Or what incentive do a doctor who is working in a private sector would have to start working in a, let's say, a public health center in a village area? Now that is again not something which is clearly mentioned in this, and that is one of the big concern area for healthcare providers, that no ministers ever stay in a village area. So why would a healthcare provider who have an option to stay in an urban area should go to a rural area to work for the society? Of course, like the society do value them, but do they get the monetary reward for them to have a decent enough life once they complete their 10-15 years of services? That's also something which I don't think the government have addressed in this policy.
These schemes have improved remarkably over the years. According to the Health and Access Quality Index, India's performance increased from 21 in 1990 to 42 in 2016, which is a great improvement given the population of India. However, the ranking has remained at 145th out of 195 countries, which is pretty low. Government of India launched the Pradhan Mantri Jan Arogya Yojana, also known as the Ayushman Bharat scheme and globally known as Modi Care scheme. The scheme has significantly improved to 62,000 crore in the year 1920, which is a very appreciable effort by the government. However, the notable part is that the pool of funds for non-communicable diseases, injury-related diseases, trauma-related diseases has actually fallen from rupees 1,000 crore in 2018-19 to around 700 crores in 1920. Why I'm mentioning these three categories? Because non-communicable diseases accounts for 62% of the overall deaths in India in 2016, which is a very huge share. So you cannot reduce the amount of funds for such kind of.
That's it in this video. I'll be coming up with more issues to discuss. Let's do economics.